Hello everyone, this is Nitish and we have started a new initiative called Plums series, which is Prelims Level Up MCQ series. Here we discuss 5 daily MCQs, 5 MCQs daily, and this will help you in your UPSC preparation. Today is episode number 11 and I am dealing with economics MCQ. Before starting this class, I would like you to please subscribe the channel and also like and comment on the videos. These contents are free of cost, so for test series and foundation videos, you can contact to Vysh sir on WhatsApp 7200 681 675. So let's begin. Today's class MCQ number 1 is the money multiplier in an economy increases with which one of the following. So you have to find the statement with the help of which the money multiplier in an economy will increase. So statement number 1 is increase in cash reserve ratio in the bank. Statement number B is increase in statutory liquidity ratio in the banks. Statement number C is increase in banking habits of the people. And statement number D is increase in population of the country. So I will give you 10 seconds. Try to answer this question and write it in the comment section. Then we will look at the explanation. So here the answer will be option number C. First of all, before discussing why the option C is right, we should know what is money multiplier. So money multiplier is nothing but the proportional amount of increase or decrease in the final income that results from the injection or withdrawal of capital in effect, which means that whatever the amount of capital we inject or we withdraw from the economy and its effect on the final income, that is called as money multiplier or multiplier effect. Increasing banking habits of people can lead to increase in money multiplier in an economy. That's why the option number C is right. So move on to MCQ number 2. Which of the following were the main causes for stagnation of Indian agricultural sector during colonial period? Means what are the reason behind the stagnation of Indian agriculture sector during colonial period? These types of questions are basically taken from the NCERT. So try to answer the question. Statement number 1 is exploitive land revenue settlement. Statement number 2 is large scale commercialization of agriculture. Statement number 3 is lack of irrigation facilities. Statement number 4 is low level of technology. Now look at the options. 1 and 2 only, 1, 2 and 3 only, 1, 3 and 4 only, and 1, 2, 3, 4. All of the statements are right. So try to answer this question and write it in the comment box. I will give you 10 seconds. So the answer to this question is option number C, which means that the statement number 2 is wrong and rest other statements are true. So let's look at the explanation. The stagnation in the agriculture sector was caused mainly because of the various system of land settlement that were introduced by the colonial government. So we basically know that from our modern history chapters that Britishers introduced various land settlement system like Zamindari system, Mahalwari system. So these systems are not proved beneficial for the agricultural sector because the main interest of the Zamindars are only to collect rent regardless of the economic condition of the cultivators, due to which this creates a misery or a social tension among the farmers. Besides this, we also know that during that time there was low level of technologies, low level of irrigation system and negligible use of fertilizer. So these things also applied to the farmers and contributed to the dismissal level of agricultural productivity. And we should also know that there was no large scale commercialization of agriculture. Okay, because the commercialization of agriculture was not on the basis of larger part, because it's only a smaller thing, and Britishers use agriculture only for their own benefits, not for the benefit of Indians. So we should know these informations and try to please note this in your copy. Now move on to MCQ number 3. Which of the following statement is incorrect regarding India's foreign trade during colonial period? These questions are taken from NCERT. More than half of the India's foreign trade was restricted to Britain only. India was an exporter of primary products such as raw silk, cotton, and an importer of finished consumer goods and capital goods. India was not an export surplus country during colonial period. And last statement is most of the revenue generated out of foreign trade was not invested back, leading to drain of wealth from India. So here you have to find the incorrect statement. So try to answer this question and write it in the comment section. So the answer will be option number C. India was not an export surplus country during colonial period. So let's look at the explanation. We will look one by one each statement so that it will become clearer for you. And statement number A is correct, as I told you, because more than half of the India's foreign trade was restricted to Britain only. And this statement you studied in your history or NCERT book, that the Britishers generally used the foreign trade only for their own benefit. So it means that more than half of the India's foreign trade should be restricted to Britain only. Statement B is also correct because India became an exporter of primary products such as raw silk, cotton, wool, sugar, indigo, and an importer of finished consumer goods like cotton, silk, woolen clothes, and capital goods like machinery produced in the factory of Britain. Here, the statement C is incorrect because an important characteristic of India's foreign trade throughout the colonial period was a generation of large export surplus. So you should know this point because it is very important point, and that's why I put it in the option number C. Now, option number D is correct because most of the revenue, because those who studied the basic book, they know that the drain of wealth concept, that the most of the revenue generated out of the foreign trade was not invested back in India. They were invested in Britain. So as a result, this led to drain of wealth. So this is MCQ number 3. Now MCQ number 4. Despite being a heavy saving economy, capital formation may not result in significant increase to output due to, which means that you should have an idea about capital to output ratio. I will let you know what is capital to output ratio, those who don't know this. Option number A is weak administrative machinery. Option number B is illiteracy. Option number C is high population density, and option number D is high capital to output ratio. So as I told you, you can able to guess the statement because I already told you the answer, that capital to output ratio concept is related to this question. So the option is option number D, high capital to output ratio. Now we will look at what is capital to output ratio. So capital to output ratio is nothing but the amount of capital needed to produce 1 unit of output, which means that in order to produce 1 unit of output, whatever the amount of capital is needed, that is the capital output ratio. So if the capital output ratio is high, then the capital formation may not result in significant increase in output. So this is MCQ number 4. Now move on to last MCQ, that is MCQ number 5. With reference to the economic development post-independence, what were the reason for the large promotion of public sector in the Indian economy? Statement 1. Adoption of a socialistic pattern of economic system. Lack of enough capital with private industrialists. Absence of big market to encourage private investment. So you have to tell which statement is true. 1 only, 1 and 2 only, 1 and 3 only, and last is all of the statement, which means 1, 2 and 3. I will give you 10 seconds. Try to answer this question and write it in the comment section. So answer will be option number D, which means that all the statement is true. All of the statements are the reason for the large promotion of public sector in the Indian economy. Now let's look at the explanation. At the time of independence, the big question facing the policymaker was what should be the role of the government and the private sector in the industrial development. So in the initial decade, Indian industrialists did not have capital to undertake investment in the industrial ventures required for the development of India. That is the statement number 2, lack of enough capital venture to investment. Now the reason number 2 should be, nor was the market big enough to encourage industrialists to undertake major projects, even if they had the capital to do so, which means that the market was not big enough to encourage the industrialists. This will be the second reason. It is principally for these reasons that the erstwhile government had to play an extensive role in promoting the industrial sector. In addition, the decision to develop the Indian economy on socialistic lines. This is the statement number 1. The decision to develop the Indian economy on socialistic lines led to the policy of government controlling the commanding heights of the economy, as the second 5-year plan put it. This means that the government would have complete control of those industries that were vital for economy, which means that the industries which were important for the economy, those economies would be under the control of government. The policies of the private sector would have to be complementary to those of the public sector, with the public sector leading the way. Moreover, to promote regional equality in growth and development, it was necessary to have a state-led control over the vital sector of the economy. So here, I have completed the 5 MCQ, and next episode will be tomorrow. So subscribe and stay tuned. Thank you. I hope you like this video and content. So please like and comment the channel.